Hey there, Tilray traders and investors. It's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community. Today is Friday, July 12th. Happy Friday, and I hope you're doing awesome. In this video, we're going to do an earnings prep video for Tilray Brands' upcoming Q4 and full fiscal year 2024 earnings. We'll go over the analyst estimates. Essentially, I go over all of the analyst estimates on Wall Street, and then I add them up and we get a consensus on what to expect. And usually it's pretty accurate. And then we'll jump into the chart. There's a few other things that I want to discuss as well. Before we get to it, though, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. And you should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. Full disclosure, I do own Tilray. It's my largest MJ portfolio holding. If you haven't seen my MJ portfolio 2024 update with percentages, you can check out that video. I'll be doing another one soon in the second half here of 2024 with an update because it has changed quite a bit. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. I also just posted today a video a few hours ago. Get ready, market expansion is coming. There was a major bullish signal, and I talked about how MJ stocks and crypto alt season and that bull run for both could be imminent. You got to check that out. It has to do with IWM confirming a monthly uptrend, bull flag, cup and handle. And if you look back to 2021 when MJ stocks and alt season, well, not alt season, but altcoins, and that total three, which excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum, IWM was at an all-time high, right? Everything was at all-time high. So we need that market expansion. In order to get that market expansion, we need that IWM cooperation, and everything has to be kind of busting to new all-time highs, right? Those micro cap, and all that signifies is that, check out this video for more details, but all that signifies is high risk assets, right? If you look at small cap stocks, what does that signify, right? It's risk on, high risk, right? So what is MJ? What is alts and crypto? Very high risk. So the fact that IWM is confirming a monthly uptrend, monthly bull flag target, weekly cup and handle, monthly cup and handle, I believe it was a weekly cup and handle on SPX, so the S&P 500. Everything, it's pretty much all systems go at this point. So we'll take a look at Tilray here on the estimates and what to expect on investing.com. You can see that our last year's July earnings came out on July 26th, so it should be somewhere around that area. We're forecasting right now tentative July 24th, but again, we'll want to see official confirmation. That's only a little less than 2 weeks away, right? So that'd be the Wednesday, the 24th. I'm actually going to be in Prince Edward Island from the 24th to the 31st visiting family. So I'm definitely going to try to get a video out and whatnot, but I might not be able to do as much coverage as I normally would. Like I stream the conference call live as well. That's been a lot of fun, but not sure I'll be able to make that happen. But I'll definitely be getting some videos out. I'll be bringing my laptop with me. But if we take a look at the analyst estimates, they're forecasting 225.25 million USD. In terms of revenue, and EPS, earnings per share, is forecasted at negative 0.0217. So still expecting a slight loss there, but it is expected to be a big improvement from the prior quarter. And last quarter, the analyst estimates were 198.44 million, and actual was 188.3. And this is a big jump up to 225.25. They are expecting a drop off after that, though. So we'll see if we can beat that. A lot of people are saying, it's going to be hard to beat. Like, why do they make it so hard for Tilray based on these estimates? It's almost like they want them to miss, right? But at the end of the day, look at this revenue growth, right? This is definitely what we want to see in a company. It's been up and to the right. Obviously, they acquired Freya and Hexo, and then through that Redecan and Trust acquisition as well. So it's looking great, though. I'm not expecting any major profitability metrics to be hit for at least another 6 months or so. But the days of unprofitable LPs are definitely numbered, and this revenue growth is definitely what we want to see. And you got to remember that Tilray, Freya, Hexo, Redecan, Zenabis, like this is a powerhouse in the making. And I've never been more bullish. Already the 5th largest craft brewer in the U.S. If you take a look at its market cap, it's 1.5 billion. If you take a look at it, like a name like TAP, Molson Coors, it's just north of 10 billion. So we're not too far off from a Molson Coors market cap, right, at the end of the day. And it's just a very, very early company as well. But super bullish. If we take a look at Moomoo, I really like their platform as well for analyst estimates. You can see revenue is forecasted at 226.944 million, so slightly higher. And that's based on 8 analysts. And then EPS, earnings per share, forecasted at negative 0.025. So pretty much in line with investing.com. And then if we take a look at TradingView, again, it says July 24, so it seems to be the consensus. Estimate for revenue, 226.201 million and negative 0.023. So if we take a look and add those all up, divide them by 3, revenue, we can expect 226.131 million. So 226 million essentially is just north of that is what we were expecting in terms of revenue, and that's in USD. And then EPS negative 0.0232 is the estimate there. One thing I wanted to mention as well, we have almost 30,000 comments, just under 30,000 comments here with 10 days left in the rescheduling comments and public comment period. So we have until July 21st, and then a few days after, we're going to see Tilray earnings come out. So great timing, and we'll see if we can get some tailwinds from that. But essentially, I'm in the camp of thinking, I've been saying this for a while now, Schedule 3 is going to happen. There's talks of a GOP House committee blocking it and getting in the way of rescheduling. I don't think that would ever pass the Senate. You got to remember, this started from the executive branch, right from Biden initiating the scheduling review. Then we had HHS, FDA approving and recommending based on the science, right? There's tons of evidence and science saying that it has medical benefit. And then the DOJ and DEA signed off on it as well. So, this is different. Amazon, Apple's backing it, Uber, you've got DoorDash now involved, like all these, big tech companies as well supporting reform, right? This time is definitely different. And I think it's going to get rescheduled before the election sometime around September, October. And then we're going to kick into high gear, no pun intended. And then we're going to see in November, we're going to see adult use pass in Florida as well. I think that's going to be the most likely scenario. And it's looking like an extremely, extremely bullish end of the year here for MJ. And then also with IWM confirming a monthly uptrend and bull flag, cup and handle, it's looking fantastic for the risk on appetites. And that generally bodes well for names like, in the MJ space. Also, something I want to remind you as well is MedMen creditors likely out millions. I did a video on this. You can check it out for more details. But the only company that appears poised to get paid from the dissolution of MedMen is a Delaware LLC known as Superhero Acquisition Corp., the only secured debtor that registered an interest in the Canadian trustee, which is owed more than $262.3 million overall, according to Ormond. And who owns 2/3 of Superhero Acquisition Corp.? That would be Tilray Brands. So keep an eye out for news really any week now pertaining to the acquisition of some of the assets of MedMen through that process and bankruptcy process. So this is looking good. In terms of the chart, not a bad close today. We closed at the high of the day, high of the week. Some of the best momentum we've seen on the stock in a while now. We also have an ascending triangle here forming on the hourly time frame. In order to confirm it, we need to break above resistance there at 188, which is right now a triple top. So key resistance is 188. Break that. Ascending triangle confirmed. Generally, an ascending triangle is a bullish continuation pattern, and you usually see it break upside more often than not. So the measured move for that, if we take the trend line here and we go from the high to the low there, it's saying we could target about 195. And then one thing I wanted to mention as well is we just had a daily EMA 12 and 26 bull cross, which I mentioned added confluence to the fact that we could see this inverse head and shoulders play out, and that's exactly what happened. We broke above key resistance there at 182. That confirmed it, and here we are closing multiple candles above it. Generally, you want to close at least 3, preferably, 3. I usually say 2 or 3, but here we are, 3 candle closes, 3 days in a row over that key resistance, and the measured move for the head and shoulders says we could be targeting about 204. So 204 looks to be in the cards, and then after that, we have a lack of resistance until 223 and 231, and then we had that daily bear flag target that was pretty much met. We bounced off daily oversold as expected. I mentioned that was a nice area to target after that massive move on April 30th. And then from the high there to the low, we were down about 36%. So a great entry there. And a lot of people are wondering how come Tilray doesn't move as much as like an ACB or whatever. You have to remember that Tilray started to run way before ACB did off of this daily oversold, and it's up about 17%. You've got other names like ACB for sure that are up 30-40% off of the lows, but you have to remember the market cap for Tilray is a lot higher, meaning it takes a lot more. Like I think over the last week or so, Aurora had like $40 million traded in the stock on the NASDAQ. Tilray had like $100 million. So it's not going to give you the same percentage return and gain because Tilray's market cap's like $1.5 billion and Aurora's is only like $333 million. So it takes way more money to move a name like Tilray, even though Tilray's seeing way more volume. Comparatively, it's not seeing the same amount of gains because it takes more money to move it, right? So it's seeing more volume, but because this market cap is bigger, we're not seeing as big of a move. But like I say, closed at the high of the day there on the weekly time frame as well, closed at the high of the week. So this is looking great. We could see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross as well following that daily EMA 12 and 26 bull cross. So this is looking good. And then, like I said, a lack of resistance until really in the 230s. If we take a look at the weekly time frame here, we're closed over the 10-week moving average, and we just had a bull cross of the stochastic and the MACD. This is looking really good. I would not be surprised at all if we had a pretty decent reaction to earnings after a bearish reaction to the previous earnings. And then, like I said, we could see some news pertaining to MedMen really anytime and entry into the U.S. market. Also, Germany looking to fast track Pillar 2, and it's been rumored that excise taxes are a big focus right now in Canada to lower those. Why? Because we have rescheduling happening and 280E could go away. Nothing happens by coincidence. That is not a coincidence. It's all planned, in my opinion. We also have the 50 weekly there at 205, so a lot of resistance in that 205 area, but we do have some runway there before we bump our head on that. So like I said, that inverse head and shoulders targeting 204. We have 205 there on the 50 weekly. Seems like pretty much baked in at this point. Again, no pun intended. We're also gearing up for a golden cross with the 50-day below the 200-day moving average. This chart is looking super bullish at the moment, and I wouldn't be surprised if we did see some news pertaining to that U.S. entry and MedMen bankruptcy. All right, going to end it there. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like, share it with your network if you think anybody else can find value in it as well. Hope you have a fantastic weekend ahead. It's Rod with Pow Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Think they're going to miss? Think they're going to beat? We'll continue the conversation in the comment section below. All right, we'll see you on the next one.